Ohai. Fukuoka is the city determined by the decree of the government of Japan and large port in the southwest of Japan. Administrative center of the prefecture Fukuoka. Significant industrial center. The square of the city makes 341.70 km, the population minus 1,517,650 people. On August 1, 2014. Density of population minus 4,441.47 people/km. The city of Fukuoka is divided by the Nakagawa River into two parts, Hakata, trade, and Fukuoka, administrative and business. There is a subway. History. Fukuoka, which had an exit to the Sea of Japan and was in the neighborhood with Korea and China long since, was the important center of Japanese-Chinese-Korean communications. At a turn of our era, in the period of the territory Yewo of the modern city, it was densely populated. Possibly, near Fukuoka there was one of the first Japanese protostates which governor received a gold seal and Van's title in the 57th year. Since the 6th century, in the territory of Fukuoka there was a seaport. In the 8th-11th centuries it served as the place of a business trip of the Japanese embassies to China and Korea, and the first port which accepted foreign ambassadors and merchants in Japan. Thanks to it, the city quickly turned into one of the centers of East Asian trade. Since the beginning of the 11th century began to call Hakata. In the 13th century, Hakata was one of the largest settlements of Japan. Except Japanese, there lived here Koreans and Chinese who had own quarters and temples. Because of the Mongolian invasions of 1274 and 1281, Japan stopped diplomatic and trade relations with the continent that negatively affected development of the city. However, in the 15th-16th centuries, thanks to active Japanese mixed trade of Hakata, returned itself former glory of the Japanese window to Asia. The city was considered as one of three largest shopping centers of Japan along with Sakai and Bonatsu. In 1587 Hakata it was burned by the receding troops of the Sotsumatsu during war with the combiner of Japan by Toyotomi Hideyoshi. They last restored the city the same year on East River bank of the Nak. In 1601 Hakata's earth got to a Sword Kuroda, and the head of this Sword Kuroda Nagamasa constructed the lock in the west of the city. It was called Fukuoka, by the name of the homeland of ancestors of Kuroda in the province of Bidzan. As Hakata became the presumptive settlement of the lock Fukuoka and the capital of the principality Fukuoka, it was renamed into Fukuoka, though the old name, Hakata, remained in circulation till the 19th century. Now to Hakata-ke, the central downtown area of the city of Fukuoka. In 1871 the prefecture Fukuoka was founded, and the territory of the former presumptive settlement was divided into two areas, Fukuoka and Hakata. In 1878 both areas are united in one under the name Fukuoka, which in 1889 received the status of the city. However, most of residents did not wish to refuse the historical name Hakata, therefore the city station, port and also traditional craft products, such as dolls or silk, reserved a name of Hakatsuki. In 1903 in Fukuoka the medical university which became a basis of the future of Kyushu University was founded, and in 1909-1910 the first trams are started. However, by 1920 the population of the city exceeded Nagasaki and Kumamoto. In the 1930th years the political and economic role of Fukuoka sharply grew. It was turned into one of the main centers of the industrial district of northern Kyushu and placed the headquarters of Department of the Administration of the region of Kyushu in the territory. Upon termination of World War II in the city, regional representative offices of the central government, financial and commercial institutions which activity covered the territory of all island of Kyushu were concentrated. In 1972 Fukuoka became one of the cities determined by decrees of the government of Japan and is divided into areas. The population of the city makes 1,517,650 people on August 1, 2014. And density minus 4,441.47 people/km. Change of population size from 1980 to 2005. 1980 1,088,588 persons. 1985 1,160,440 persons. 1990 1,237,062 persons. 1995 1,284,795 persons. 2000 1,341,470 persons. 2005 1,401,279 persons. Symbols: city tree, a camphor tree, a summer flower, a hibiscus, a changeable, winter flower, a camellia, an olive, seabird, a seagull, an ordinary, field bird, porridge, krasnuki. Sport. In the city of Fukuoka, Fukuoka Hawks, one of the leading baseball clubs of Japan, is based. Under the threat of bankruptcy and forced by the creditors to restructuring team, it was sold in 2004 by former owners to a venture capital of SoftBank Capital. Fukuoka is also represented by professional football club Avispa Fukuoka. Annually in Fukuoka the following sporting events are held. The championships on all categories of the Japanese Judo, at the beginning of April. Kyushu Ekiden, who is beginning in Nagasaki and coming to an end in Fukuoka, the relay, longest in the world, in October. The November tournament on professional sumo held in Fukuoka by Kakusai Center. The Fukuoka Marathon, with start and the finish at Hivide Athletic Stadium, the first Sunday of December. Sites: Kasida Jinzaya, Shinto Temple, Tower Fukuoka, Big Wheel, the Heavenly Dream Fukuoka. Diameter minus 112 m, the general height minus 120 m. The biggest big wheel of classical type. Apart from observation wheels in the world. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.